In 2021, I started suffering from severe nausea and vomiting, and it became daily, and I couldn't get out of bed sometimes. And I eventually discovered that it was eosinophilic esophagitis, which means I have white blood cells in my esophagus that shouldn't be there, that causes all this inflammation. And so the one thing that has been able to really help me was a cannabis tincture. And by just taking those drops, I was able to fully be functional and get through the day without throwing up all day long. Hi, my name is Autumn Shelton, and I use cannabis for medicinal purposes to help with my eosinophilic esophagitis and also for recreational purposes to relax from time to time. I am a wife and a mother of two wonderful children, an 8-year-old and a 4-year-old that keep me busy. I love to hike, do yoga, and go on incredible trail runs in the Santa Barbara Mountains. I am also a CFO and owner of a cannabis company that has led me to be even more passionate about this incredible plant that we all love. When I was a little girl, I think I was around 11, I remember finding a joint in my dad's sleeping bag, and I got so upset. I couldn't believe that he would be using pot. But as I grew older and into my teenage years, I first tried it when I was 17 and realized that it wasn't as big a deal as it had been made out to be. And it was socially acceptable. My family, and they've always been really supportive of cannabis moderately. First time was hanging out with friends. A friend happened to have a joint and I said, I'm going to try it. And I really enjoyed it. And then from then on out, I liked it more in the morning. So I was kind of more of a wake and baker. I really did like how it made me feel throughout the day and kind of the awareness that it gave, the brightness to my surroundings. So I really went on a path of learning how it could really make me feel and make me more aware in my body. And I love that. I think that you can function throughout your day as long as it's not massive bong rips, as long as it's smaller doses in how you consume cannabis. And back then, we weren't really aware of indica and sativa, at least I wasn't. And today, I'm really aware of the differences in how it makes me feel. So I am certainly like 100% sativa only kind of girl. Indicas make me grumpy. I'm not interested in just sitting in the couch. My experience with cannabis is really about experiencing life and continuing to go throughout my day, but also in how it heals me in so many different ways, from body pain to nausea and vomiting. It's really incredible. And as long as you are able to really figure out your dosing, you can continue out throughout your day. I started with cannabis as a treatment option. I also tried homeopathics. I really did not want to go down the route of pharmaceutical. And when I was diagnosed with this and I learned what others were using, they all are using pharmaceutical drugs to solve this problem. And I've refused the entire time. So I've really tried to make a lifestyle choice to do everything natural. So reducing stress, exercising more, using natural medicine that can help me and not having to go down that route. And I haven't had to. I do use cannabis daily. I consume cannabis probably every couple weeks. My nausea is no longer a daily problem for me, so I'm not having to use it medicinally, only when I have flare-ups. Certainly, I use a cannabis topical every single day for any type of pain in my hands or cramping in my body, or when you randomly kick the wall or something, or an elbow. Early onset arthritis is already setting in for me, so really having a daily routine of rubbing THC topical on my hands has made a huge difference. And then recreationally with friends, and I love to smoke a little bit when I go for a run. It really kind of helps you dive in really deep into your soul and let everything go. Cannabis will react with everyone differently, but it's not going to harm you. It's not going to hurt you. And you just need to try a little bit first and then build on that. Never take too much at the start. So if you decide you want to take a gummy, then take a quarter of a gummy and then wait. Or smoke one hit and then just see how it makes you feel. And find a low THC product. There's a lot of options out there now where it doesn't have to be that you're going to get really high. So don't be scared. Just start slow and build. Growing up, I only thought of cannabis being recreational. And then as I started to learn more about how it was helping people, that's really when it opened my eyes up to how incredible this plant actually is for so many people and why it should be legal. And people can use it for different things. If you just want to relax after a long day of work, or go for a run, or go to a concert, or if you have body pain. I mean, there's really nothing like cannabis that can really help you for different types of ailments, all the way to cancer. These pharmaceutical drugs are so hard on our bodies, and to be able to have another option is pretty incredible.
Learn more about cannabis and begin your medical cannabis journey at leafwell.com.